Good morning. Happening right now in the northwest community of Rosedale. Officers finding a body in an alley just off 8th Street near 14th Avenue at around 3 a.m. Police were initially called to the neighborhood after getting reports of gunshots. The discovery is being investigated as a suspicious death. There's no word from police on whether there was in fact a shooting. We do not yet know if the body is a man or a woman. In the southwest community of Killarney, detectives continue to interview witnesses as they investigate a New Year's Eve party shooting that left a 26-year-old man dead and 6 others injured. Gunfire erupted at about 5 yesterday morning at a party attended by about 50 people. Calgary's Somali community has identified the murdered man as Abdullahi Ahmed. They say he was shot in the head. The 7 shooting victims are men and women and range in age from the early 20s to early 30s. Right now, investigators do not have any suspects. They are encouraging anyone with information to come forward. They are particularly interested in hearing from people in Calgary's African communities. The suspect wanted in connection with a shooting incident in Detlerer is behind bars this morning. Calgary police picking up Darren James Bauer late yesterday afternoon. Bauer was wanted on 12 Canada-wide warrants, including attempted murder, after a man was shot several times. The victim is in serious condition, but he will survive. The victim and accused know each other. A man wanted on warrants in connection with a sexual assault in northwest Calgary on Boxing Day has been picked up. After putting out this photo, 26-year-old Andrew Holloway was located in the Cochrane area. He is charged with sexual assault, common assault, and uttering threats. Just before 7 p.m. December 26th, a woman in her 20s was leaving the Brentwood LRT station when a man grabbed her from behind, dragged her into an alley, and pushed her to the ground. The woman was able to fight back and run off. On the other side of the world, search teams have now recovered the bodies of 30 people from Sunday's AirAsia crash in the Java Sea. Some of them were still belted in their seats. The investigation has also been focusing on finding the plane's black box and the fuselage, which rescuers hope may contain the remains of many of the remaining passengers and crew. 162 people were on the plane when it went down. And 2 people are being treated for minor injuries after a plane operated by a Scottish regional airline veered off a runway as it tried to take off from the Isle of Lewis in strong winds. The Logan Airjet had 28 people aboard. The plane is now sitting in the grass with its nose touching the ground. Efforts are underway to remove it. General Motors begins the new year with another recall due to faulty ignitions. GM is recalling 92,000 trucks and SUVs in Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. The problem? The ignition could move out of the start position, and that can cause the vehicle to stall and prevent the airbags from deploying. GM recalled millions of vehicles worldwide last year for ignition and key-related issues. The defects have been blamed for dozens of deaths. For a complete list of all ignition-related recalls, go to gmignitionupdate.com.
This market report is brought to you by RRP, Rapid Response Project, accredited consulting engineers dedicated to delivering excellence in innovation. RRP, leaders in engineering, procurement, and construction management.